Hey, Team MG, it's your boy, Michael Gascon, the Horse Guru, and I'm here with you tonight with Carlos. I know it's late, you see him yawning, it's late at night, summertime, so we're working vampire shifts. So I am bringing you how to canter your gaited horse. Now I know a lot of folks don't want you, a lot of trainers say don't canter your gaited horse, you're gonna mess up their gait. I'm sorry to tell you, but that is false, okay, that's incorrect. A lot of times, galloping or cantering or running, your gaited horse messes up the gait because there's not clear cues of what you're asking. What I mean by that is if you pick their head up and you have them gaiting with their head up with the headset, and then from there you kick them into the canter, well, if they can gait 15 miles per hour and then you kick them into the canter after that, well, guess what's gonna happen? When you're doing 10 miles per hour gaiting and ask for that next 5 miles per hour for 15 miles per hour gait, what they're gonna start doing is trying to pop into the canter quicker and quicker, which is gonna reduce your gait. It's gonna slow your gait down because the horse is only gonna gait to say 8 or 10 miles per hour, and then he's gonna get hoppy in the front and wanna canter. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna make it very clear to Carlos here exactly what we're asking. And the way that we're gonna do that is simple. When his head's up, he's gaiting. But we're gonna drop his head, okay? We want from his poll to his withers to his rear to be horizontal, and we're gonna work on that. So we have loose reins, long reins to help that out. And we're gonna ask him to move forward and to lower his head. If we can get him to lower his head and canter off on a loose rein, it's gonna be very easy and it's not gonna mess with his gait at all whatsoever. Now, all of a sudden, our horse is gonna have multiple gaits. He's gonna be able to walk, trot, canter, quarto, and largo. So he's gonna be 5 gaited, which is really awesome. A lot of folks don't know their horse can be 5 gaited. So we're gonna try that. First thing I wanna do is make sure that he's soft. So you see I just pick up the reins and he's looking to drop his head. That's very good. Now, whenever you think about an awesome horse, I want you to think of the big 3 things. The horse has to respect you, period. If you don't have your horse's respect, you're gonna have problems. Most people know that. The horse has to give the pressure. That means they have to be able to flex and they have to be able to stop. A lot of folks know that too. But the third, and one of the big things, is the horse has to be able to give and go. What I mean is they have to be able to give their head and move their feet at the same time. And I find very few horses do that. Really good horses do, but very few horses are trained that they can give and go. And this starts just right here at the walk. I just want to drop his head. If I want to, I can flex him to the left and the right as I'm walking here. Every time that he drops his head, I release. Now notice, I am not gonna get picky about the walk right now. The only thing that I care about is that he leaves his head down whenever we're moving here. There we go. So the way that you start this is you get on a rail and you look straight. My body says straight. My hips are straight. My shoulders are straight. But I'm flexing to the left and the right. Do you see how he can start giving his head to the left and right and it doesn't affect his footfall? That's what we want to see. There we go. So you notice he's starting to be able to move out here. That's what we're looking for. Big releases. There we go. Now notice, whenever he picked his head up there, he got rough. So you see how ugly that is? Well, it's ugly because he doesn't know how to leave it down yet whenever he's cantering. But by the end of the session, he will. There we go. There we go. Now I'm gonna flex him to the inside and release. That's it. Flex him to the inside and release. Now this guy has a little juice. For the first time in his life, he's being told that it's okay to go. I'm not gonna hold you back. Have you ever wondered how a Western horse can canter on a loose rein and it doesn't run off with the person? But your gaited horse, if you give it 2 inches of rein, he really takes off with you? Well, that's because they haven't loped a lot of circles. All right, so I'm gonna start circling with him here. Disengage his hindquarters. Watch that circle again. So again, he doesn't know how to canter yet. So you saw whenever I started asking him to come across, I laid my outside rein on him. Outside rein, look into my circle, there we go. That's how he made the adjustment. There we go. Circle over. Notice how I'm not picking on him about his energy or his speed. All I'm picking on is that he keeps his head down. Well, guess what he's gonna start doing? Whatever's the easiest thing for him to do. And the easiest thing for him to do is stay in between my hands, in between my legs, listen to my direction. Just keep it moving here. Notice how I keep picking with his head, keep his head low. There we go. Now notice, I haven't held this horse back at all. He's a hot, spicy Paso, right? Oh my gosh, all this juice and energy. But look, with all the freedom in the world to run, I've done nothing to hold him back, and all of a sudden he wants to walk for me. So many horses think that on the other side of the fence it is greener pastures, that they've been held back their whole life, and if somebody would just give them the chance, they would run away. A lot of those horses have never run with a person, and they don't know how hard a work it is to run. So giving him the ability here to go somewhere, he's starting to find out, I don't think I like this. There we go. Outside rein, outside leg. You see him taking up direction here? That's what we're looking for. The other thing I want you to notice is how I'm keeping my hands low. Even when he gets excited. There we go. Even when he gets excited, I don't pick my hands up. Not even when he picks his head up do I pick my hands up. I just leave him nice and low here. There we go. All right, we're gonna come in. He's trying hard there, so we're gonna come over here and give him a break. All right, guys, so you saw how it wasn't pretty. You're gonna see this horse by the end of this little 45-day challenge with the student riding. He is gonna lope beautiful circles, and he's gonna be right there. She's only got about a week of cantering on him, period. And for the first 3 or 4 days, it was barely cantering, and it was in a round pen, and he was really using the fence. And really, he was just cantering circles in the round pen. So now, yesterday, she finally got him out and was loping circles in here. What I want you to notice is, notice in the beginning how rough and tense and tight it was, but he wanted to pick his head up. Because it's natural for a horse to want to pick their head up whenever they go. If you watch a horse in the field, they spend their whole day with their head in the grass, getting fatter, eating your money. And then right before they take off, they pick their head up, they stick their nose out, and they run off. It's not natural for them to lope with their head down. But we want them to lope with their head down under saddle, because when he drops his head, it rounds up his back and extends his stride, making it a lot smoother for you and a lot smoother for him. But to do that, we have to teach him how to do that. So we're gonna give him a little breather here and then work on our right side. Notice how I picked on very few things. If he crossfired, I didn't pick with him. If he got on the wrong lead, I didn't pick with it. I didn't care about anything other than leave your head down. Leave your head down. I find so many times we pick on so many things at the same time that the horse has a hard time picking it up. If the only thing I worry about right now is that his head's down, the speed is gonna fix itself. The direction, him listening to my direction, even though he's going fast, is gonna fix himself. Did you see a time or two, the first time or two, that I went from a whole arena to cutting across here? I mean, I nearly came and wiped out my camera woman, okay? All I did was disengage his hind quarter and kept him going forward. The very next time, whenever I put my rein on his neck, he wanted to listen, even though he was going fast. Okay? So I didn't make a mountain out of a molehill. We didn't pick on him for anything other than leaving his head down. And you're gonna see, like, he's just gonna transform. From the beginning of this video to the end of this video, it's gonna be a complete different horse, loping circles. Again, one of the things that makes this difficult and that nervous energy, well, Michael, he looks nervous and I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. Well, you're taking a horse, like a lot of English horses and a lot of gaited horses, that have been driven into a bridle their whole life. So the first time you try to switch over and show them Western style riding or give them the reins, well, there's gonna be that nervous energy in the beginning. There's gonna be that surge, that want to go. And that's okay. If you're gonna change it, if you're gonna convert the horse and take them from gaited training up in the bridle and with energy to completely relaxed head down cantering, you're gonna have to go through this process. And whether it's in a round pen, whether it's in a patch of grass where you just circle around the barrel or a bucket, it doesn't matter where you do it, but you're gonna have to give them the rein and just have them okay, just loping circles. We're gonna go to the right now. So we're just gonna ask him to drop his head. We can do that in one of two ways. Either one, flexing him to one side or the other, or two, pulling with both reins and asking him to drop his head to the center. Notice on my circle, I put that outside rein on him. There we go. That's what we're looking for. The other thing, look how relaxed I'm staying. Even when he goes fast, I stay relaxed. Come down here, we'll circle him again. So he never knows when I'm gonna circle him. And what that does is it makes him pay attention to me. It makes him listening. We have a busy farm, there's always horses going around. Straighten up. There we go. You see him starting to stretch out. It's getting a lot more comfortable to ride, except when he breaks down like that. You see him really starting to get horizontal here, even though he's looking out at the other horses and people and stuff. From his pole to his withers is really starting to get flattened out, and that's what we're looking for. So this guy's little, has short legs, but I tell you what, he's gonna have a pretty canter at the end of this challenge. So right there you saw him, I asked for him to drop his head, and he's starting to have selective hearing. He's hearing that. I want him to stop. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Did you see how he's starting to drop his head? There we go. There we go. So we're about to finish this ride up. If he'll leave it down there for me just for a little bit. Notice that every time that he drops it down there, that I really give him a huge release. It's very important. There we go. Oh, wow. Ooh, his stop is gonna be awesome too. So we took a really hot horse and we said, hey, okay, you have all this nervous energy? Here, let's go somewhere. Let's lope on a loose rein. Let's go around with your head down. His head is going to be in the dirt like a Western pleasure horse, and it's going to be so amazing because not only for my student, but the next owner that gets him, they're going to have a horse that is awesome, gaited, go anywhere you want horse, but it's also going to have a spin and a sliding stop, and he's going to be able to lope with his head down there in the dirt, and he's going to be able to do all this just because we believe it's possible, just because we give him the opportunity. Look at the difference from the beginning, and we made sure to do it really cold, so you saw the ugly, you saw him with nervous energy and really wanting to go somewhere. You saw him kind of bunch up and have a couple hard strides because his head was high. Notice how we just didn't pick at it. We just said, excuse me, just put your head down and go forward, put your head down and go forward. And in one ride, I don't know, a 20-minute ride, all of a sudden we took a horse from high head, nervous energy, rough canter, to head in the dirt, getting lower and lower and more relaxed. If we do this every other day for, let's say, a week and a half, 2 weeks with this specific horse, you're just gonna see all that nervous energy is just gonna melt away. When he walks off, he is gonna walk off happily, just like that. Because when the horse sees what's on the other side, they want to walk relaxed. They want to take it nice and easy. And he is going to do the same thing. He's going to be one that lopes with his head down there in the dirt, and it's not going to hurt his gait at all. Because whenever we pick his head back up, he's going to have that gait just like he had it before. So guys at home, if you have a gaited horse and you want them to canter like a quarter horse, that's how you do it. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We really appreciate it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure to get in the comments below and give us your feedback. Let us know what all problems you're having, if you're having any problems with the steps, if there's more videos or problems that you would like to see. We just want to better help you bond with your horse and help fix some of your equine problems and reach your equine goals.